how to make your own bead pen.
These are the things that you will need to make your bead pen.
To start off, grab both ends of your string and match them together. Then, make a loop at the end and pinch it with your fingers. Next, put a ring around this loop. Then take the two ends from before, put them through the loop, and pull. Once you've got your string on your keyring, pull it like this to make sure that the strings at the end are aligned. Once you've done that, then you can tape it to the table. I assume you guys know how to use a piece of tape, right? Anyways, enough with the humor. Once you've gotten your piece of tape off, tape it to the table. Keep in mind it could take off some paint, so if you don't want that, put like a cover underneath so it doesn't do that. Congrats! You completed your first big step. Now for adding the beads.
As you can see with this picture here, there are 4 red beads, so collect 4 red beads for your next row.
Once you've gotten your 4 red beads, take the end of either side of the string and put 4 red beads at the end. Make sure to pinch it still so they don't run all the way down. Now, bring the beads all the way to the end. You can slide them like this. Now, pull the beads back a tiny bit and grab your other end of string. This is where it gets a little bit difficult, so be in mind. Now that you've positioned your beads in the right place, slowly feed this end of the string through the beads. Voila! You've made your first row. Now grab both ends and pull them tight. But make sure they're tight. You don't want your rows getting too loose at the end. Now you may be wondering, why is my row looking a little bit loose or curving like this? Do not worry, that is totally normal. If you really want to be sure that it stays straight, what you can do, cut the end of the toothpick, both ends, so it doesn't hurt anyone. Compare it to the size of the row of beads. And mark it right there and cut it.
Next, feed the toothpick through the row of beads until it's completely in place.
Once you've pulled the strings tight, be ready to go for your next row. Now I mainly recommend for the first row, middle row, and the bottom row if you're wanting to go the extra mile. Next, look at the following row. It's red, red, black, red, red. So get those 5 beads. And if you're wanting to make one on your own, you can always search a picture of a Pokemon ball bead pen and it should come up. You can just copy the color coding there. Once you've gotten the colors for the corresponding row, row number 2, add them to the string, just like row number 1. Now, you may be wondering, how long does it take to create the average bead pen? Well, this one is one of the most basic ones. If you create legs, tails, etc., it takes a lot longer, so that for an expert, this could take around 5 to 10 minutes like me, or for a beginner, it could take around half an hour. Don't feel stressed if you think you're going slow. Now, feed the beads through the other string also, just like last time. If you're a bit stuck, go back to the first step. This is just like that one. And, like the last time, pull both strings and make sure it's tight.
And if you do feel the need to tighten it, feel free to use the toothpick.
Once you've got the colors for row 3, do the exact same as the first 2 steps. Now you can do this for the next 3 steps until we have to get to the knot. Make sure you're following the pattern.
Story time. Did you know that I have been beading for around, 3 years now? One of my good friends taught me a couple of years ago, and I've been doing it ever since. I've even created a business from it. It's a really fun hobby, and once you get into the groove, you can have a lot of fun with it. Plus, it's a great job opportunity.
Now, just a reminder, if you're having trouble tightening your rows, you can put a toothpick in any one. But I don't think I need to because my rows are already pretty tight.
I figure you guys have heard of melty beads, right? Well, I also make those very commonly. Melty beads are a lot easier, however, they require an iron to make it. Thanks so much for watching, and if you wouldn't mind, please subscribe while you're at it. Last row, keep it up.
Once you're at the last row, make sure to tie a knot right at the end. Now, if you're not familiar, you make a loop, take the end, and put it through the loop. But make sure the knot doesn't go in the middle. Make sure you push it all the way to the end. This can get a little bit tricky, so you might need an adult to help.
Now,
You just cut off the ends, leave a little bit of room, and there you go. You have your first bead pet. Now, please feel free to comment anything down below if you have any questions that you think I didn't cover correctly, because this is my first time making a tutorial video.
thanks so much for watching this tutorial, and let me know if it helped. Now, let's destroy it the Carson Creates way.